Snicker was just with Rosie. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. She's pregnant. Don't bust my bubble. I want a baby. I want a little baby. Lady A doesn't like me. She's getting tall. Rosie.
She's not.
She's huge.
Leave her alone.
All right, you ready? You want to film me running?
Oh my gosh. Watch this, guys. It's hilarious.
Morning, everybody. It's Adler Farms. This is Ray, Ray's Ranch and Rescue. She has a channel where she doesn't post videos. Go check it out. I cannot believe this is a little before your time, not much, but this red feeder was a gift from Sherry from Australia. You've seen her in the comments. This red feeder was a gift. It's like $300 feeder. I thought, man, I'm gonna raise so much glorious, delicious beef with this fancy red tartar feeder. And here we are. And we don't even eat them.
Because they're spoiled.
They're spoiled. You guys have been telling us to get a bigger feeder, and we had this one down there for the Burger Bros. And then when one of the Burger Bros left us, we were like, let's just give the alpacas, very reluctantly, the red feeder.
Whatever.
So here we are.
My baby.
Mama meat. Oh no. She's huge though. You gotta admit, I mean, the joke thicker than a Snicker applies.
I'm not convinced that she's pregnant and Chad is, so we're gonna need him to bet.
Yeah. So you guys that raise alpacas, is there a way to tell? I mean, I know Gary and Cassie tried the sonogram thing, but their vet wasn't sure because they'd never done one on an alpaca before.
I really want you to leave her alone.
Well, like a pregnant lady, right? Yeah, she's not happy with me in her face. So when we got Mama, she came from an auction where we knew we could trust the auctioneer, and he's not going to sell something just on the word that it's pregnant. He had to have known the farmer for him to say that confidently, and so that's what we trusted. We bought Mama, and we had a baby a month later, right?
And Rosie was supposed to be due this month.
I know, but that's what we're up against. Is it's 11 to 14 months, right? So she may not be due till October. Oh, yeah, party foul. Alan, I was watching a video this morning. Something about berserk male syndrome. You know anything about that? Are you a berserk male? And you did notice, which we didn't know when we got Snicker, but Snicker and Lady A are the same type. It's not Surrey, it's the other one.
Yeah, it starts with an H, right?
Sure. Haiku. No, that's Japanese something.
It's a poem.
That's a poem, a haiku, yeah. See, close enough. But Mama is still one of the only ones that you can walk up and pet, mess with, love on.
They all let me pet him and mess with him.
Whatever.
It's only you.
Whatever. What's she doing, buddy? What's she doing? Alan definitely doesn't have that syndrome. So what is it? We just tested him. And we've known for a while he doesn't have this, but now we know what to call it.
No, well, we're learning about alpacas as we go. And you came across Old Redding Farm on YouTube this morning. And they're in alpaca. Is it an alpaca farm? Or
They got 25 of them. I don't know how you call themselves anything other than that.
Yeah, they've got 25 alpacas and they're out of Connecticut.
Yep.
And the video he posted yesterday, he was talking about berserk male syndrome and how they had to rehome one of their males because he had it. When a baby is a male and it has a lot of human interaction and you bottle feed it and the water's overflowing.
That's right. Need to water the grass.
If you bottle feed a male and just give it a lot of cuddles and a lot of human interaction, then a male alpaca can imprint on a human and kind of assert its dominance, and then when it grows up it'll try to mount the human and bite the human and bite its legs and try to get it down.
It's like saying Alan thinks I'm another male.
Or even a female. It thinks that you're another alpaca.
And then he's trying to like assert that he's the dominant one on the farm. So they actually had to get rid of one, right? Is what you were saying?
Yeah, but they currently have 2 baby males, I believe, that were born. And so he was videoing one of the males and said if you walk towards him, he actually turns around and walks away from you, and that's a good thing. That's actually what you want out of your baby males. Because if they come to you and are really sweet, like you would think that you would want, because alpacas are just really cute, you actually don't want that in males though, because
You want them to bond with mom and...
Yeah, they'll grow up to have berserk male syndrome and imprint on a human.
Speaking of berserk male syndrome,
Very interesting.
this guy right here, watch out. He gonna assert his dominance. Watch out.
Come on, Bruce.
He's such a stinker. Oh my goodness. Everything with Bruce is a game of King of the Hill.
Have you ever mentioned Badonkadon's broken?
Wheeze. Yeah. That was Badonkadonk trying to alert over here, and his windpipe's broken or something. He doesn't bray. Now he's gelded. Is that why? Or is that why he was $200 out of the back of a trailer coming down the road?
Yeah, the guy was like, hey, you want a donkey? And we're like, sure. And yeah. I think we
But he's our
him.
favorite. I've only touched him once. You can't get anywhere near him otherwise. Sounds so sad. That's our broken donkey. But they're out of Connecticut. It's John and Catherine, husband and wife. They had 2 acres. They were growing everything they could on it. Looks like Badonkadonk might need a, what do you call it, farrier? Might need to see a manicurist or a pedicurist or something like that. I don't know. Ray gets them, she'll know. I'm telling you, a baby coming. There you go, buddy. Don't be shy, man. He's got the coolest eyes. But you'll have to forgive me. I don't know if John and Catherine got the 40 acres like last week or 6 months ago. But the dude is super knowledgeable. And hang on. I gotta give a little bit extra to Mama here. He's super knowledgeable, super polite about his presentation and the way he teaches. And he's got videos of his alpacas, or at least how to care for them, from like 2 years ago. It's not like he's new to alpacas. But what I'm really trying to say is he's had alpacas, and if you've got that many of them, you clearly love them and care for them, and you know a lot. You have to, or you can't maintain them. But he didn't just run out and buy them because his wife told him to.
Well, you know.
Or maybe that's how it happened. Maybe I'm headed to a herd of 25 alpacas and I need more red tartar feeders.
We already have her. Fresh fiber. She's so freaking soft. You're so stinking soft. Yes, you are. They're so soft.
So guys, because of the grass and whatnot, we've been feeding them twice a day and overfeeding them when we do. They're pretty good at maintaining. They don't just gorge themselves, unlike Bruce. Like Bruce will eat nonstop. He'll eat until the food is gone. But
this is the first time Rosie's ever let me actually like
pet her without acting disturbed.
Yeah.
I am so excited I got that. Oh man. You still want more? Guys, it's not just overspray, which is what normally happens. Hey, you got something on your face.
I have
It's in your mouth.
I have no words.
But I'm gonna throw up. But
You're gonna throw up.
But I'm not okay. I can't believe I just witnessed that. There's even pieces of grass in it.
It smells, by the way,
Like alpaca stomach.
so bad.
This is the first time Rosie's ever let me.
Yeah. That's what I get.
No, no, no.
Oh, honey. It's happening. Oh.
Yeah, I just washed this shirt like 3 days ago.
I just washed my face and my hair and literally everything. How bad is that even?
Well, it's worse than you think.
Oh, it's all over in my ear. This is so funny. You're recording!
Miss Lucy. Come here. Hi, honey. Hi. What you think? Huh? So pretty. Boy, I tell you what, if there ain't a baby in there, you're just a big, beautiful girl. The guy that brought us our hay was telling us, now he won't let me get anywhere near him. I've only touched him once, and it's because I snuck up on him. Yeah, we definitely need to get his hooves looked at. We'll get right on that. But the guy that brought us our hay was telling us he breaks, like, I guess wild horses. What do you call them? Mustangs? Not really. Is that right?
I have no idea.
I don't either. It was way over my head. But he asked what we did with our Highlands, and he said, do you have any calves yet? And we said, no, but we're hoping. And he said, hey, as soon as you get a... Yeah, you're trying to get away, and he locks up.
The doggy's just scared Bo.
But he said the way that they break horses and the way they break calves or halter train them is they put a neck collar on a donkey, and then they put a full mouth and face guard on the calf, and they just leave them that way for like 24 hours. Because these donkeys, they'll go like almost a day without drinking water. They're extremely resilient. They're really good at regulating their body temperature. And so when you put that calf on them, that calf will tug and pull and all this, that, and the other. And she, even Lucy, he said use Lucy. He said she had the best mannerisms. He said because a male that's not gelded is always going to be a little bit wilder. But she'll have some maternal instincts, and she'll actually guide that calf, which is pretty cool. But what's he doing? Looks like he's flossing. These two, ears are always up. His, way out to the left and right.
He's like Eeyore.
I know. I've seen him run though. He's got some wheels. Then there's Bruce. Yeah, he said to tether a calf to Miss Lucy here, and she'll halter break him, because these donkeys just don't need water like a calf would. And you don't do it dangerously. Don't do it on the hottest day, okay? I'm not saying you just, 100-degree weather, tie your new calf to your donkey. But once a calf is weaned, especially, is a good time to do that. So thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that. All right, Ray's gonna go take a bath in hand sanitizer. Don't forget your ears. They got you in the ear. I think that was her tallest finger she just showed me. All right, so 516 is still. Babe, the steer's back. Oh my goodness. He's back. They did it. Woo! Holy cow, so he was not here last night. There he is. Oh man, I owe my neighbor big. So I hope my neighbor sees this. His name's Ben. He's a tough old dude. I'm not worried about saying his name. Old Ben. Oh man, dude, I owe you, brother, so much. I owe you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a blessing. I love neighbors. I love neighbors. The things we do for cows and alpacas. And you guys. Yeah. So, super excited, man. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take this over there to him. I'm gonna have to I might have to build a little area right here though, because if I throw cubes in this thing, the Highlands may come up here and these burger bros can't hang with these Highlands. Whew, okay, that got kind of hairy for a second. I won't do that again. All right, so we've all got some cubes, our own respective piles. These guys have got some spread all over here. Hey, will you eat a cube? Donkey. Hey, he didn't bite my finger.
Okay, well, you know what? They don't even know.
Do I have that picture? I'm gonna post the picture right here. So Ray was.
Okay, no, let me tell this story, because despite what Chad's gonna
Well, come near me, because it's gonna get hairy when they run out of cubes.
I didn't stick my finger in his mouth.
The donkey, not me.
Intentionally. We were getting ready to leave, and Lucy came up and stuck her head in my car, and so I was petting her, and then of course little Donk.
Through the window.
Yeah, through the window. Little Donk came up because he's jealous. And so I started taking pictures of him, and I stuck my hand out to pet the side of little Donk's face, and I have a series of 3 photos of the whole of the whole incident. But my anyway, I did not stick my finger in his mouth. It was on the side of his head, and my pinky ended up in his mouth somehow, and he about ripped it off, and I had to smack his nose to get him to let go, and it hurt really bad.
But I'm so happy he's back. So it's 518. He's been here the whole time. 516. I'll get in touch with my neighbor and ask him how it went. He didn't come back on his own. There's no way. Because I actually fixed the fence. What's up, buddy? Woo! Easy, brother. So, but I've got these real nice panels from Wheeler Metals that Gary told me about. And what we're going to do is get another trough, and I'll put a back on that. And that way we can feed them. Now, they don't need cubes. As you can see, they've got a bale of hay that they have free access to. And it's good hay. It's hay off our farm, this pasture right here. We really... And the grass, all that stuff. And the Highlands, yeah, the Highlands actually, they'll eat some of this dormant grass, and they're browsers too. They don't need grass like these big Angus boys here, okay? But what we do want to make sure is this little lover spat. We don't do that though, do we, babe?
Not
Where
at
we
all.
like Lockhorns, and we don't do that, do we? No, never. He's been in another pasture. So 518 needs some fly spray. He's been over there with that other pasture, and he missed his weekly, sometimes bi-weekly fly spray. So let's take care of him real quick. The reason we feed him is so you guys can see him up close. And yes, it helps with grain training. So that's partly why, but they don't need grain. They don't need cubes, I should say. Come here. Woo.
I don't think you do that as good as Gary.
Again, he wouldn't have left. He's just a track star. If you want him to back up, just show him the fly spray bucket. They know what it is. Look at it. That's what she thinks of fly spray. But this is the perfect time to spray her. She won't move if she's leaking.
Sure is.
Need to get some more. There's the hay bale.
He's hiding from you. That's too funny. He really likes to play games with you.
He does.
A little stinker.
He got him bad.
Yeah, those flies are really bad.
So we'll, the sun goes behind the clouds, feels good though. It's gonna be hot again today, guys, like 96, 97 degrees. But
It's into the 90s clear on the Sunday I saw.
yeah,
But, I mean, that's pretty normal from this time of year around.
I hope we're done with that 100 stuff, because those days it hits 100, it's like 102, 103 heat index. That bird is straight up just eating duty. So the walkers, they gave us a wedding gift of 2 roosters and a goat. And I think it's a rooster. He ain't made any noises, and she ain't laid any eggs, if you know what I'm saying. But he was just eating doo-doo. We'll come back later tonight and hit him with that fly spray when he calms down, because I bet he moved this morning. I don't know though. Ben said that they got up against our fence at night. That was their nightly walk. Was over in our shared corner.
Maybe
We were out here last night at what, 7?
Yeah, it was at sunset, so.
And the sunset last night for the first time before 8 p.m., which is a sign of fall.
About 7:30 last night we were out here. And he wasn't over here, so maybe it was this morning.
Yep. Or it could have been later last night. I don't know. He's not panting. I don't think it was this morning. It's already 11:30. We got out here a little late this morning, but what we'll do is take some of these panels and make a spot for the Burger Bros and the Highlands to eat. And that way nobody gets hurt. So I gotta clean this up too. That's my trash pile. Adler's boneyard. You guys really like these Q&A videos. The question will be, do they like it as much as watching Ray get spit on by her alpacas?
Yeah, we might have to put that on replay somehow.
Oh yeah, that one's gonna be a short, it's gonna be a long. That might just be the intro for the videos for a while. For a while to come.
Be the thumbnail.
It will be the thumbnail, that's for sure.
I would totally take my glasses off for y'all, but Mama actually spit in my eyeball and it's probably red as all get out and it hurts really bad. From Pat Wilson Tucker, she asked, will 8 bales feed the animals all winter? I don't know how much they all eat. So it's that picture you posted on Facebook and you got 8 bales, but then we have 8 bales behind those 8 bales, and so we have 16 total.
And in all fairness, I think I actually took that picture when he dropped off the first 8. But we do have 16, 1-6. We have 16 bales total, which the guy that delivered our hay asked us how many animals we had. And he said, man, you guys are probably solid with 8 to 10 bales. Because these are big, like 1,000-pound bales. They're as tall as I am. They're 6 feet tall. And we are headed to an auction, which not a lot of people add animals to their farm heading into winter. But we're not overloaded here. So this auction might be a good time to grab a couple more cows. I'd really like some white parks, British whites, and then let Fred breed them. And then we'd have high parks, which are like fluffy white cows. So anyway, we have enough hay if we do that. If we have an alpaca baby, we've got hay. If we have a donkey baby, we've got hay.
They won't need hay though.
Well, no, they'll have milk, they'll have mom, but I just meant we have plenty of hay, that's what I'm trying to say.
When it gets cooler, are you going to start on the cabin, and what other buildings are you going to put up before winter?
We should probably save that one for last.
No. Okay,
Wait,
just kidding.
You want to answer it? Or
I do want to answer
last?
it, but do you want to answer it last?
Let's save it for last.
Okay.
Because it's kind of big news, right?
We'll come back around. From Kathy Pop, do you plan on saving rainwater?
So it never actually crossed our minds to have to save water because we have a rural water supply. And, you know, if the water supply runs out or if something happens, the world's in a lot of hurt. I think there's a bigger issue. So as far as conserving rainwater, I think we will in small amounts. I don't think we're looking to save it for like showers and stuff, right?
Oh, no.
But I would absolutely entertain catching water off the greenhouse.
We do save rainwater. It goes into the pond.
True. So what we are entertaining is some kind of catchment system for the coop and for the greenhouse, just to make things simple and easy. We talked about diverting water off the top of the cabin into the pond, and some people said you can't do that. That's collecting water. Well, we're not collecting it. We're just aiming it at our pond, okay? But it's also not illegal to do that here. So anyway.
We could put a little thing to collect it off of the chicken coop into a little thing, like baby water for them or something.
I just said that.
Okay, I wasn't listening. I was reading questions.
That's normal. Except usually she's not reading questions. She's just not listening to what I say.
That's not true.
Yep. But yes and no. Yes and no. So it would be nice. I mean, in the winter you can't do it. I'm not going to run a heater to a rain collection system. It doesn't make any point.
Doris Miles asked, how will you manage the hoses to water the animals when weather drops to freezing?
We have frost-free hydrants. We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So we'll be fine in winter. Our frost-free water won't freeze, blah, blah, blah. As far as running water for the chickens and for the cows, the easiest thing we'll do will be just run like we'll just put a trough up here, a huge one for the cows and then a smaller one for the chickens, and we'll just run heaters to it. As far as the alpacas go, same thing, and the donkeys will drink out of the cow. Okay, any free-ranging animal, we're going to put big old trough right by the cabin because it's got power. Actually, it's right there. And then for the alpacas, we'll just run a series of extension cords like we always have, and run them a heater. So.
Man, when that wind blows, I smell so. Can you smell me?
I'm not answering that. I smell alpaca, but they're way up there, so it's got to be. It's that stomachy.
Stop! It's all over my face.
Acidic.
And the wind is just feels amazing though, by the way, because it's about to rain. Hopefully.
Remember at Farm 1.0, where Grandpa is now, Grandpa and Grandma? I think we ran like 300 feet of extension cords, and that worked great. So that's what we'll do here. Someday, we might run power underground, but I'm not in a huge hurry.
Linda Wilson King would like to see a lady's sun visor with Ray's logo on it. We should maybe add that.
I thought we had one.
Not a sun visor type hat thing, like.
Well, it depends on if the merch shop we use has one.
That's true. I don't think I've ever seen a sun visor in the shop.
We'll get on there and check, and if they have one, we'll post a link.
That would be cool. But another lady actually asked me about women's hats too, and you don't have women's hats even with your logo on it, do you?
I don't know. I feel like if I answer that, I'm gonna be in trouble with all the ladies that watch.
We're gonna keep that in the video because
I'm pretty sure we do. Like I don't go in and like, no, I don't like this hat. No, I don't like that hat. The way the merch shop the way the merch shop we use works is they put your logo on every product they have. And you can go in and say, no, I don't want my logo to be on a coffee cup, but why would you do that? We have our own logos on our coffee cups.
Yeah. I would have had him get hats a long time ago, but I'll only wear them when it's cold because I have really thick hair and they just make me hot. But anyway, Why are you laughing?
I need to get a face shield.
Yes.
Somebody,
so helpful
you know what's
today.
funny is somebody sent us some, and they're at the post office. I just haven't been there. I only go to the post office once a week.
I remember you being so excited about wearing these face shields for when the alpacas spit, and then
You ever had alpaca spit in your beard? It follows you for days.
You've caught the overspray. None of them have actually spit in your face like just what happened this morning.
Yeah. That was targeted. That was a targeted attack. It was coordinated. Rosie lured you in. Mama let you have it.
That's true. You know, Mama lifts her face up all the time and gives me kisses, and she just wasn't having it.
Yep.
That this morning, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Are there any hay shortages in your area?
Yep.
Literally everywhere.
But not on our farm. We're covered. So, and huge shout out to Scotty again for bringing us the hay. Because I actually, when we got the 16 from him, he charged us $65 a bale that we ordered back in May. Now he's charging anybody new $85, but he honored the old price because we reached out that long ago. So super cool. And he told us about the steakhouse we went to and ate last night, which is Pagay's Prime Time. And it was delicious. We met Carolyn, the chef.
They just opened June 1st, actually, so very new. But oh my gosh, to have a steakhouse.
It's only 30 minutes from us, right? It's in Vinita.
Yeah, not even 30 minutes. I mean, but just a good steakhouse like that in the area, it is literally right on their farm.
But it's farm to fork. Everything you eat there, they raise. Or Carolyn actually made the desserts yesterday.
Homemade. Well, I think she makes, I mean, they make all of it. Homemade. All that steak is raised. You can actually look out the window and see all of the cows.
You can see next year's food if you go out there.
Yeah. And anyway, it was really, really, really cool. And it's in a barn.
Like a big metal building that they had built.
And it's gorgeous. Crazy, but.
It's super good. How shallow that water is.
Oh my gosh, they're walking way out there.
So if you want to know how deep the pond is, it's about 2 feet.
They're standing in the middle of it.
Yep. That's like what we thought the deepest part of the pond was, which I think the deepest is actually over there. But I bet it's not much deeper. Fingers crossed. And prayers prayed. We got rain coming Monday. Oh, and real quick, sorry. I've got a 12-foot 4x4 post treated that I can stick in the ground, and then I bought some pond water depth markers that you screw on. They're not very expensive, they're on Amazon. But you bury your post in the ground, and then you find your water level on your post, and you mount those. It's actually like a big piece of white PVC that's got marks on it. You can see how deep your pond is. So we are going to do that. I got to get my waders and get brave enough to wade out there like them cows, and then we'll do it. Snakes. Anyway.
Cindy Hale asked, will you be getting another LGD?
The quick and short answer for me is no, not till we live out here.
Okay, that's my opinion. No, honestly, well, now that we have donkeys, we don't really actually need one.
Guys, I'll be honest. Livestock guardian dogs are awesome, and I miss having a dog. Now, we have 3 dogs at home. We have Cabela, we have Sadie, and Goose. So we've got dogs in our lives. We love dogs. But donkeys are stone cold guardians, man. No prisoners. That rat that was up there, you saw the rat in the last video, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big rat that died that Adler found on the ground up there?
Oh, yeah.
So the donkeys interpreted that as a threat even. And they went up there and doo-dooed all over it to mark their spot as that's a trespasser. Remember the white bird or white feathers we found back there? The donkeys poop on that every day until it goes away. It's incredible.
Yeah, so I think, honestly, sense of animals that, like, would bring a coyote here, donkeys kind of keep that away, just like an LGD. Plus, they are just, I mean, donkeys are vicious. If something is protecting their farm, they are strong.
They'll take your finger off through the windshield, through the window.
But they really will.
Another building question?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know what we're going to
Oh,
build.
there's another one.
I'd move out here and live in a box. Somebody needs counter space or something.
That's actually 4 in a row that I just read. Let's just do it now.
No, make them wait.
Oh,
Thumbs on it.
Is the Farm on Route 66 really your favorite Arizona YouTube channel? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. It's Alan and Vicky, right?
That's hilarious. Yes.
Cool. Thanks, guys. We love y'all.
By the way, we do need to come out to Arizona.
Yeah, Ray's big on traveling. I travel to the farm, 10 minutes from the house. But if you guys see us traveling, it was Ray's idea.
And Case, by the way.
And Case, yeah. Case is gonna move to Japan one of these days. I'm convinced.
You seem to like the goats. Will you get more donkeys as your security force? I think 3 donkeys is,
Especially if one of them's pregnant.
a lot.
I don't know if the farm could support another donkey. Maybe another female. Real mild-mannered one like Lucy.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know how people have like a ton of donkeys, because Little Donk actually came from a donkey farm and they had a ton.
True.
But I think they were on like 200 acres.
They were.
So I think 3 donkeys is a lot for 20 acres, especially since they are such big protectors. I mean, I don't know if we need any more donkeys, but...
Well, and I worry, I mean, seriously, like even trespassers, Little Donk is not approachable if you're a stranger. Now, if you know how to crack the code and you bring dollar store oatmeal cookies, he'll probably just follow you around everywhere. But we don't post that out front, so nobody knows. But as far as goats go, hey, by the way, Josh and Audra, okay, Bodart Kiko, you know I set out in that last video to get them to 15,000. You guys hammered it. I think was it less than 24 hours? I think less than 24 hours, you guys got them all the way to 15,000. So now they're going to give away a goat. No, they're not giving it to us. I told them, find a loyal sub, young, new, old, whatever, and give it to them. And that way you guys can apply what you've learned from Josh and Audra to that goat's life. But we will be not banning Bruce. I know you guys are super happy about that.
I'm actually happy about it. I've always wanted a baby goat. They're so cute.
So I've had a bottle baby goat. It's not in me, but Ray says she can do it, so. But my plan was, you know the alpaca perimeter they have right now? I was thinking we put the Kentucky 4-board around their fence like they have now. And then we could get some female goats for Bruce to extend on down to like where the Burger Bros' gate is. And that could be the goat pen. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then we can get some Nubian boar crosses and we can toss Bruce in there, let him do his thingy thing. And then we'll have baby goats and we'll have a nice fence where they can be protected. Because the donkeys will be able to go all the way around that. So that's the plan. We are going to get more goats. Bruce is, I don't think he's a long way from breeding, but it's so hard to tell. I don't know if they tried to disbud him or if he's just got a horn that's growing slower than the other or what, but we'll see. So a big question we've had, is that one about the boys?
How are the boys
handling school? They're doing great. Adler started preschool. Carter started 1st grade. Kay started 8th grade. So far, so good. I find myself with a lot more free time. I'm lonely.
One question was, how are you doing without your sidekick at the farm with Adler in preschool? But he only goes 3 days a week, so...
He only goes 3 days a week, so he's with me the other 2.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and only until 11:30. So honestly, not much has changed, but it's been good.
It has been. It's tough. I mean, I'm able to get more done because when he's with me and it's hot, you know, you can't stay out here very long. I miss him. I mean, he's not here every day now. He's only here a couple days a week. But, or I should say in the mornings when I'm doing chores. He's with us, but you know what I mean. He's pretty excited. The only day well, I cried too, in all fairness. But the only day he cried was when I dropped him off. It's actually the 2nd day or 3rd day that he went. Second day. But we got there a little bit early, and he had to go into the early drop-off room like 5 minutes.
You got there too early.
Too early, and it wasn't his normal room, and Adler's very particular. So when he didn't see his teacher, and he saw a bunch of kids he didn't know, because they all go to one room, to get there early, he was like, nope.
He said, that's not my room.
That's not my room. That's not my teacher.
And he'd only been there once.
He'd only been there once, yeah. And then his teacher was like, well, go ahead and bring him on down. So we went down there, and I was hugging him goodbye. And actually, Grandma picked him up that day from school. And he said, who's picking me up? I said, Grandma is. Well, then he's excited because he knows going to Grandma and Grandpa's, he's going to get to play. And he said, where are you going? And I made a mistake, and I said, the farm. And then it was over. I'm crying, he's crying, I don't want to leave. The teacher's like, go, Dad, go. I'm like, I can't do it. So Adler finally told me he was okay, and I was able to leave. I called Ray. She made fun of me. Here
I took Case to school that day. Maybe we should have switched. I don't know.
But anyway, let's address something cool. So that channel we were talking about earlier, you know, the old Redding farm, just like Kiko, or just like Bodart Kiko goats, go watch them because they're very, very knowledgeable. And the guy, John, it's John and Catherine. Cowboy, lock it up. Goodness, walkers. Go follow them because they've got videos. It's not like they just went and bought alpacas like we did because Ray told us to. They've had alpacas for what I can tell is a couple years, and they're very knowledgeable. John's got a very good teaching approach. He talks very fluently. Never met the guy. He has no idea we're doing this, which is why I love...
We just found him this morning.
Just found him this morning. I've been reading about alpacas and birth weights and things like that, and so YouTube was like, hey man, you need to watch this channel. You know how YouTube works. He popped up this morning, and I sent the video to Ray, and
it was about the berserk male syndrome, which I'd never even heard of, but...
I'd say there's berserk female syndrome now based on Mama told you. I said it.
I'm gonna be salty about that forever.
Anyway, go check them out. Tell them Adler Farms sent you. I don't think they have a clue who we are, so it'll be really cool. But I'm going to comment and post them down below if they're on Facebook or YouTube, no matter where you're seeing this.
7,000 subscribers right now, I believe.
Yep.
7 point something.
Can we get them to 10?
Yeah, easily.
Think that's possible?
Oh, yeah.
Let's push them to 10,000, guys. Because here's what I know.
But you can go see alpacas, too. Like, if you
Absolutely.
think our alpacas are cute. I mean, he's got two...
male babies.
Yeah.
And you get to name his animals. We don't let y'all name ours. Haha.
Well, one of them's name is Felix, I believe.
Felix and Finn.
Finn? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this morning when I was watching, he said if you walk towards like the baby and he walks away from you, like that's what you want. That's why he was talking about the berserk syndrome. But anyway, lots of good information too, and little cute alpacas.
Well, and you guys can help us too, because I don't have time to watch all that and research and stuff like that. And I know I'm not saying I don't have time to learn and care for the animals, but you know, you guys that have the ability to, you know, we get a lot of comments where they're like, so-and-so does this or so-and-so does that, and here's why.
And sometimes we miss that.
Absolutely. We can't keep up. So you guys go watch them, learn from him, and then come tell us what he said. How about that? But tell them howdy from Adler Farms so they know where you're coming from, and just go say hi to John and Catherine for us. And they're up in Connecticut, so they get a lot of snow. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see what they do with their alpacas in the snow. Because I think if you make alpaca jackets, why in the world would I need to build a barn for the alpacas? Well, you take the alpaca's wool and you make it the warmest socks and the warmest jackets in the world, right?
True. I mean,
so why in the world would I need to build an alpaca that grows jackets?
I know that they do well, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
No,
I don't need I do not need a reason.
She doesn't want to stand out in the cold and pet them, so she wants to go in the barn and pet them when it's barn time. So the next thing to build on the list, because this was actually the number one question, probably 10 times over.
Tons of questions about when are we going to start on the cabin, or is it temporary? Are we going to do a permanent like home structure?
Because we kind of left them hanging in the last Q&A. We told them we were moving.
Yes. Well, we're still thinking. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. And like he's mentioned 1,000 times, we have a home. Like, we're not in a huge hurry. So he was like, hey, what do you think about building a small 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house to be like a main quarter type thing? And I really liked it, and we found a house plan and it's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, mudroom, like big kitchen, living room, open, like A-frame windows, like everything I love. Anyway, I love it, and we can face it to where like those big A-frame windows are just looking out the back of our property in the pond, and it's just beautiful, and it has everything I want. So
what we didn't want was more house than we could handle, but at the same time we have a family of 5.
Yes, but
and 3 of them we want to be as far away from us as possible at all times.
That's not true. But in
it's not true.
saying that our
they don't watch our videos, don't worry about it.
Our oldest is already 13. I think by the time everything is built and said and done, and we're going to be out here, Case is already going to be driving. We're going to have almost one of them gone already, and not gone.
Not that they have to move out,
No, he
but
can
like
stay.
he's already, I mean, he's making friends in school. Those friends may drive before he drives, so he's not going to be around as often. So to build some 5-bedroom house, it's just not, there's no point because, you know, yes, Adler and Carter will be with us for a long time, but we don't want a bunch of unused space that Ray has to clean. Because I don't do it. Here's the idea. See this right here? 16 by 44. We don't regret it one bit. I guarantee it's already gone up in value, and it'll definitely go up in value when we finish it out. We're going to put a bedroom on one end under the loft, a bedroom on the other end under a loft. So Carter and Case, the idea is Carter and Case will be in here, right?
And we're going to do, in the cabin, we're going to make 2 bedrooms out of it and a bathroom. A good bathroom, a good sized bathroom, bathtub, shower, everything they need. And just a kitchenette type
I would
thing.
also like to stick a small washer and dryer in there.
Yeah.
So they don't bring their dirty, nasty clothes into our washer and dryer.
Maybe, we'll see. The only dirty, nasty clothes around the house is yours from the farm, so anyway.
Sorry for working.
Jeanette, because Case is going to be, like we said, more than old enough. Carter is also going to be, you know, getting up there, and they can share. And then when Case decides to move out or whatever he does, then Adler could even move in here when he gets older with Carter.
And this also gives them that door.
And I say move in, we're going to move, like where it sits right now. What I ideally would like to do is slide it off that way.
We're going to shove this about 200 feet that way and angle it a little bit.
Yes, and I kind of want to, we have a house plan, so we're going to build the house, I think, right here where the cabin is, and slide the cabin that way, and maybe build a garage to somewhere at some point, like somewhere around here, and then they're all going to be connected, so it's not
They'll be
like
breezeways.
Not like the boys are like in their own house.
Yeah, like you won't walk in and think there's like this living quarters, that living quarters, and then a garage. It'll just feel like a hallway, and you'll run into Case and Carter's quarters. It's not going to happen in the next 2 weeks, obviously. We're going to take our time, and we're so glad we bought this cabin. I am, because we put it right here, and it kind of showed us, are we a little bit too close to the pond? Because at first we wanted to be like on top of it.
He did.
But someday somebody wants a pool, and I don't know if it'll be above ground or below ground, but I do know that if we built a pool right here, even if it was just like a 24-foot above ground, there's going to be a retaining wall or a deck around it, and when you step off that, there's going to be almost a 10-foot drop, and it's going to look really strange. The house she wants, the house we've picked out, has a beautiful deck. So we need to scoot everything that way, at least 150, 200 feet.
The house plan's got like a screened in.
It's beautiful.
Like,
I can't.
My favorite, guys, are these windows. I want vaulted ceilings, and I've always wanted A-frame windows. And you walk out into like this screened porch, and then it's got a deck almost all the way around it, and it's gorgeous. And it's only like what? 1,200.
It's just over 1,200 square feet.
It's only 2 bedrooms, so it's not massive, but it's open concept where you walk into the kitchen, and then you're also like right there in the living room too, which is what I've always wanted. Anyway, it's amazing, and we're both super happy with the house plan, and
we're actually calling. We're getting in touch. She got me information for a concrete guy, because that's the thing about living in Oklahoma. I don't have a whole lot of connections here, but we've got the information for a concrete guy, and we're going to start with moving this. Huh?
Yes, moving this, and we're starting.
But we're going to put this on a foundation.
Yeah, right now we're starting with concrete estimates. So like he said, none of this is going to happen within the next 2 weeks. It's going to be, we need to get an estimate of how much concrete we need, first of all, how much it's going to be, when it can be done. So we're in contact with a couple of people, and we're just, yeah, I got to go from there.
Well, we're excited. This is what I grew up doing. My mom and dad subbed out houses. I think they built 20 houses before I was 21. And so it's not like that I'm some master carpenter or electrician or plumber, but we don't need a contractor. We're going to sub it out ourselves, do some work as we can. But our plan is to put a foundation under this where we want it. But we need to know where the main house is going as well, because this is going to attach to it. So the other thing is some kind of barn structure, because we may have a big piece of equipment headed our way. I'm not sure yet, but I'm really excited about it. So we'll see. But I'd also like to get our 4-wheeler. We have another 4-wheeler at Mom and Dad's we need to get. I want to get the mower out of the elements. Right now they live under a tarp, which is served pretty good for a $29 tarp. We're excited. A lot of stuff going on. Anything else you want to tell them?
No.
I can smell you. It was funny. I couldn't believe, like, I didn't just get the video. I couldn't have done it better if we planned it. It's that awesome. I'm gonna put it on repeat right here at the end of the video. So, all right. With that said, we can't thank y'all enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We're very grateful. On to Catherine howdy at Old Reading Farm. Please go tell Farm on Route 66 howdy. Please go tell Audra and Josh howdy. I'll link them all down below. Why not? Okay. Love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird and get spit on. God bless. Deuces. Or you spent